With school holidays underway, parents can feel like they're throwing money out the window.
Not only is it a good time to get your children earning some pocket money, it's also a good time to teach them how to be smart with their finances. Kiwi kids are finding creative ways to rake in some extra cash. But gone are the days of putting your pocket money into the piggy bank. From payment cards to apps, what should children be doing with their hard-earned money?
Good work, boys.
Should they spend it on those everyday little things? Save it for something special? Give some of it away? Or grow it for investing? And how can parents make sure their kids are well equipped to manage their financial futures?
And financial advisor Hannah McQueen is here. Thanks for joining us, Hannah. Is it time to ditch the piggy bank, given it's teaching children that money should stay in one place?
Well, I think the whole piggy bank philosophy is appropriate for young children, perhaps under the age of 7 or 8. But when they start getting older, the things they need to be learning about money and relationships and how to grow it changes. And keeping money in one place, whatever that place is, whether it's in the bank, whether it's a piggy bank, whether it's a shoebox under the bed, it isn't teaching them the principles they need to master before they leave school.
Let's talk about those principles. How do you teach your children how to grow your money, how to invest?
Well, I think there are 3 principles we need to master, right? We need to teach them that they need to earn money, and I think just paying them pocket money without doing anything is possibly detrimental to that principle, but they need to know how to earn money, they need to know how to manage their money, and they need to know how to grow it. And growing it is exciting and appropriate perhaps when their age is 15 and 16 to talk to them about how they could do that and how they could get their money working harder. But there is no point focusing on that component if they haven't understood the merits of earning money and managing it well. And we know that with this generation coming through, they're not particularly hot on either of those 2 concepts, and some of the digital technology can undermine that as well if they haven't mastered those basics.
So the 4-jar money system, which is the money jar with the spend and then the save and then the give and the grow, works quite well with younger kids. What would you recommend for older kids?
Well, it depends on how engaged the kid is, right? But when they're 15 or 16, they should be mastering earning money, which means getting a job of some sorts. Before that, though, they can work on managing their money. So that's when you're giving them an allowance to manage costs that you are going to have to manage for them, but they're going to be responsible for that. Now, that could be managing their clothes allowance. Now, that's different than pocket money, which is linked to paying them for their efforts. So there's 3 different components there that, as the child gets older, you should be starting to overlay or introduce this way of thinking so that they're mastering the skills in a safe environment before the consequences are too high.
Hannah, how important is it to give children control over their pocket money?
I think it's crucial. I think it's really hard to engage a teenager to put effort in to do something if they don't have control of some of the output of that effort. I know that as parents we often want to prevent them spending money on something stupid, but if that means they're not learning the implication of that, when the environment is at its safest and the consequences are at their lowest, sometimes protecting them from their own behaviours is the thing that's going to lead them to develop a really unhealthy relationship with money. So yes, we want them to manage their pocket money. We want them to be able to choices, and for that to be okay because you're going to come in with the explanation. But we don't want to catastrophize them spending money on something that's silly. We just want it to be a learning environment for them. And I think while they're at home and the consequences are low, that is the time for them to learn that.
Thank you so much, Hannah. Some great advice there.
Thanks.
ASB and 7 Sharp, keeping you one step ahead.